So what is tactful self-promotion really about? I mean, the fact is, nobody else is more interested in your career than you are, right? And it's up to us to find ways to make sure that the people who have power and influence over our career know who we are, they know our name, they know what we can do, and hopefully what value we are adding to our profession or our community or our organization. And so what we've tried to do is lay out a framework that's really going to work for people and work for everybody. That's not hard to implement. It's not a lot of complicated systems and worksheets and stuff. It's just a lot of very practical ideas that you can pick and choose from. You don't have to do everything. You have to do something. So where we start is really being worthy. The first step in tactful self-promotion is having something worth promoting. So we do some work on that. What do you need to be doing to show that you're adding value? And once you've got some good value you're adding, then there are ways to start elevating it. And we found just so many good people doing such good work and just not getting recognized. So if you're adding value, you're doing good work, the next step is to figure out how you want to be seen. What is the reputation you want? What is your branding statement or your value proposition, right? So you've got to be articulate about what you bring to the market, what difference you can make for an organization. And that takes some work and some thinking. But you need to be able to communicate that with someone else so that they remember it and say, oh, well, that's what Richard does, and they can communicate it to others. So getting that value proposition simple and able to be replicable is very important, because that becomes the piece that goes into your resume if you're looking for work, or your LinkedIn profile, or many, many other tools that you may develop. So that's sort of the core. So building strategic relationships is the second part of the model. And really, this is where we need to be known by specific people. We need to build relationships with people who have power and influence over our career. So what we look at here is, who are your advocates, and how do you cultivate? If you don't have enough or many, how do you find and cultivate those advocates? Who are your allies? The people who they're on your side. If you ask them for help, or a referral or a reference, they might help you out. Advocates do it without your asking, right? So you got to really shore them up. But your allies, which of those do you want to bring into your advocate pool? And finally, your acquaintances. So those are folks that you know, but some of those you might want to start cultivating along. And there are also people that you just want to meet. They might be in the press, or they might be leaders of your profession or industry. Might be authors who are really leaders, thought leaders in your field. And those are folks that you can make a list of and figure out, how do I get myself in front of those? But the whole section is really very practical, specific strategies for building those relationships. And then finally, our third section is increasing your visibility. And that can be a lot of different ways, right? Online, it can be through LinkedIn, it could be through making presentations, it can be writing a book or an article. There's just a lot of different ways to kind of increase your visibility in the marketplace. And some of them are going to fit for you and some of them won't. And that's kind of the art of tactful self-promotion, is picking through and figuring out which of these things are going to work for me and how am I going to put a plan in place. And that, of course, is the final piece, is taking some kind of action and doing something about it. And what we find that tactful self-promotion and our strategies are much more about learning how to take advantage of opportunities that present themselves just day to day, and building little habits that pay off over time. You certainly can do some bigger projects, and that can be effective as well. But a lot of what we talk about are not big, overwhelming ideas, but small, simple, and practical things that we believe can really make a difference in people's careers. And we've seen it for years and years and years. And we're excited that we've managed to put it together in a form that we hope is useful to you.